In this episode, we are looking at a door jamb plan detail for an external masonry cavity wall. A lot of students get this wrong when drawing up a door jamb detail. Either the airtightness tape is in the wrong place, or the connection that makes that junction airtight is just not quite right. There can be many things that can go wrong with this kind of detail. If you've ever wondered how the fixing straps, foam and seals all actually fit together behind the door frame, then this video is going to make that clear. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how metal fixing straps secure a door frame to the structure, the order of the layers around the airtightness tape, the difference between packers and compressible seals, and how insulation, structure and moisture control all come together at the edge of the opening. Welcome back to the Detail Clinic, brought to you by First in Architecture. Each episode uses a real student markup to unpack a construction detail and explain the reasoning behind it. We then help you build your knowledge of how to draw and specify construction details with confidence. Let's jump in. Let's start by looking at some of the key terms and elements we'll come across in this video. The metal fixing strap is a galvanized or stainless steel thin strap used to fix the door frame back to the structure, in this case the blockwork. Airtightness tape is a flexible tape that seals the junction between the frame and the internal side of the wall to maintain airtightness. The compressible seal is a flexible material, often foam or mineral wool, that allows slight movement while maintaining the seal around the frame. Expanding foam is a spray applied sealant that fills any small gaps between the door frame and the surrounding wall. Packers are small plastic or timber shims used to level and position the frame before fixing it in place. A cavity closer is an insulated or fire-rated insert that closes the cavity around openings to reduce cold bridging and to prevent fire spread. The parge coat is a thin, airtight coat of mortar applied to the blockwork before finishes. So let's have a little walk through the detail. Starting from the inside, we'll start with a 52.5mm insulated plasterboard that creates the internal finish with a 3mm skim coat. Beneath this, you can see the parge coat applied to the inner face of the blockwork. The airtightness tape runs between the blockwork and the inner face of the door frame, forming a continuous airtight layer. This is crucial because doors are major air leakage points, so getting the seal right really does make a big difference. The door frame is held in position using the metal fixing straps that we mentioned earlier. They're usually around 25 to 30mm wide and 1 to 2mm thick, with pre-drilled holes. And the shape and the lengths of the fixing straps allow for the door to be positioned in the insulation zone, so it kind of reduces the thermal bridging again. Between the frame and the wall, you'll notice a small void. This is filled with expanding foam or the compressible seal, which improves airtightness and further improves the thermal performance. Packers are also used here, so they're solid spaces that are placed between the frame and the wall to keep the frame square and true before fixing everything in place. The foam and compressible seals fill those gaps left behind between the packers. They don't sort of replace them. Externally, the brickwork outer leaf and cavity insulation continue as before we've seen in previous videos with a cavity closer behind the frame. The wall ties connect both leaves, maintaining structural stability. So let's take a look at the student questions that were raised for this detail. What do the metal straps look like? So the metal fixing straps are typically flat galvanized stainless steel strips, often with pre-punched holes for the screws or nails, and they're fixed to the side of the door frame before installation and then installed and secured along with the door to the structure, in this case the blockwork. Some come with a cranked or slotted profile, but they all serve the same purpose, which is basically holding the frame back to the structure securely. Does the airtightness tape go on top of the metal straps? Yes, so the airtightness tape should form a seal between the door frame and the blockwork. So adding the expanding foam can help increase the airtightness. The goal is to create an unbroken airtight line, so the tape should always connect cleanly to the prepared surfaces. Are these elements the expanding foam and compressible seal, or are they the packers? So they're separate components. The packers are rigid and used to position and level the frame before it's fixed. The expanding foam or the compressible seals, these are added afterwards to fill in any gaps and provide insulation and airtightness. You can almost think of the packers as more of the structure and the foam and seal as the protection around it. So let's have a look at some of the key points for this detail. So the fixings, the straps should be stainless steel or galvanized for corrosion resistance, and they need to be spaced evenly to anchor them securely to the structure. The airtightness tape specified must be suitable for the surface it's being applied to. The connection between the tape, the frame and the wall is one of the most important air seals in the envelope, so it really is key that this is right. Thermal performance, always maintain insulation continuity behind the frame with a suitable cavity closer or insulated reveal. Movement, so the compressible seals allow for small amounts of thermal or structural movement without compromising the airtightness. As always, project specifics matter. So the substrate, moisture conditions, exposure conditions, finishes, acoustic and fire requirements, warranties, insurer requirements, manufacturer guidance, all of these can shift the final arrangement. As we always say, there is always more than one way to design a detail. Download the student pack for this episode, which includes the fully annotated door jamb detail, a glossary of all the key terms that you've seen in this video, the wash checklist for the theory and summary of what to look out for in a detail like this, and the key considerations and technical notes. You'll find the link in the video description or head on over to First in Architecture. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you know anyone that's learning about construction detailing that might find this useful, please go ahead and share. As always, happy detailing.